Hi everyone, I'm Beth and I'm a yoga instructor at CatFit Yoga Studio, and today I have a brief beginner yoga flow for you. So go get your favorite music and hurry back here and join me because today it's all about hips. Let's start in easy seated. So we're in cross-leg position. Hands are here. Take a few deep breaths. Now reach out. Reach way on out. You should feel a nice stretch in your back and your hips. Back to center. Take this arm and reach down, put your forearm on the mat and see if you can stretch into that forearm. Try and keep your glutes firmly grounded to the mat. If you can't go all the way down, that's okay. Come on back up out of it a little bit. Couple of breaths here like this. You should be feeling a nice stretch here from your hips all the way up through your obliques. Now take this arm straight up and try and bring it over and add to that stretch. Remember, we're keeping our glutes firmly planted on the mat. Now let's come on back. And let's try the other side. Take this arm down, forearm is planted on the mat, and just ease into this stretch. Glutes are on the mat. And bring this arm up, all the way up and over. Nice stretch. Now back to center. And let's change legs. So whichever leg was in front, it goes in the back this time. We're going to do the same thing on both sides. All right, let's try this other side. Should be warming up now a little bit. All right, now we're going to go back on our backs and move into knees to chest or Uttanasana. Just roll on back, hug your knees in nice and tight. Roll those knees around like you've got markers attached to your knees. And you're trying to draw circles on the ceiling or the wall behind you. Now extend one leg straight on out to the mat. And you may find that you can then hug this knee in a little bit tighter. Now take that knee in a circle. We're just opening up that hip socket, giving it a nice rotation. Now change directions. Now change legs. This leg, the left leg, in my case, goes straight out. This knee comes in and hug it nice and tight. And you may find that one leg is less flexible than the other one, but that's okay. Now let's take this hip in a circle and rotate the hip in the socket. Now change directions. All right, now we're going to take that leg back to a hover. So we've got our foot flexed, but we're keeping it off the floor, okay? Just a few inches off the floor. Hug the knee in tight, change sides, switch, switch again. Keep moving just like this a couple more times on each side. All right, now drop this knee down for just a minute. Take this ankle and place it over the quad. The hands then thread the needle and pull this leg in. Now here you should be feeling a great hip stretch here. If that's too tight for you, just come on out of it. And try rocking side to side a little bit. All right, now let's change sides. Left ankle goes over the right quad and hug that in really tight. Now it's important to know where your edge is, and if you feel it hurts, then back on out of the pose. We don't want to do anything that gets us injured. Let's just hold this here for just a few seconds or a few breaths. Now rock side to side. Now let's drop those knees down. And we're going to windshield wiper our knees. We're just dropping them side to side. And your hands can go out to the side, or you can take them out to a T for Tennessee. Now, if at any point you need to take a break, you can just pause the video. Or if you feel you need more time in any of the poses, just pause the video and keep going until you're ready to move on. All right, back to center. Now we're going to roll on up and we're going to move into all fours. So the important thing about all fours here is that our knees stay directly under our hips and our wrists are right under our shoulders. You want joint alignment here. So we have a neutral spine, a nice flat back, and we're just going to take our hips out to each side. Just move side to side. All right, let's move back to center. And we're going to take the left leg straight back. Flex the foot, and your leg should be fairly parallel to the floor. Now we still have the wrist right under the shoulders. Now we're going to bring that knee into the chest and drop that foot between our hands for a nice low lunge here. All right, now take that outside hand and bring it to the inside. So both hands are right under you. The foot is a little to the outside of the mat. And just feel this stretch here for just a minute. This is really opening up that left hip. Now, if it's a good idea for you, go ahead and move on to your forearms. Now, I can't go all the way to my forearms here, but I can try. I can go close. But again, you just work to your edge here. back to the outside. Take this knee back. And let's go straight back with our right leg and flex the foot. Now bring that knee into your chest and drop that foot between your hands. And let's just feel that stretch here for a minute in a low lunge. Now, if we get our back leg back far enough, we're really able to open up that hip flexor there. So now we're going to drop the hands in and bring that foot just out a little bit on the mat. And see if we can drop down on the forearm. Come on back up, hand goes to the outside, foot goes back, and we're going to move on into Sphinx pose. Sphinx is a forearm pose with a back bend. Our legs or our feet are hip distance apart, and our forearms are actively engaged, and it's almost like we're pulling back on the mat with our forearms. And just feel this nice curve of our spine here. Now, if it's a good idea for you, pivot this arm here, this is my left arm, and I'm going to reach back with my right hand and try and grab my right foot or ankle or shin, wherever it's comfortable. And again, you're going to feel that in your hip flexors and your quads. And just see if you can hold that here for a breath or two. If it's uncomfortable, just come on out of that pose and stay in Sphinx. All right, slowly drop it on down. Bring that right hand in and turn it. And reach back with your left hand and grab your ankle or your shin, whatever's comfortable for you there. All right, come on down, back to Sphinx. And let's stretch on back to Child's Pose. And let's make it a nice wide leg Child's Pose. So we're taking our knees out to the edges of the mat. And see if you can drop on down to your forehead or maybe place your fist under your head if you can't go quite that low. And just try to relax into this pose. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And when you're ready, come on up. And we're all done with our yoga practice for today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a great day.